All right, let's talk T20 World Cup. We've hit the fever pitch, the Super 8 stage. This is where it gets real, where dreams are made and, yeah, brutally crushed. And there's one match in particular that has everything on the line.
So, where does this story begin? In Kolkata, the city of joy. But lately the city could really use some cheering up. They're mourning the loss of a beloved writer, still a bit shaken from a recent earthquake. The whole atmosphere is tense. So naturally, all eyes are turning to the cricket pitch, looking for a reason, any reason, to celebrate.
And this is the match everyone's watching. It's a massive Super 8 showdown between the hosts, India, and the always formidable West Indies, right at the legendary Eden Gardens. The equation couldn't be simpler. You win, you're in the semis. You lose, you go home. That's it.
But look, this isn't just any match. To really get the pressure cooker environment here, you've got to understand the history between these two teams. Especially at this ground, this is about so much more than a semifinal spot. We're talking old scores. We're talking about confronting the ghosts of the past. And this timeline right here, it just captures the sheer drama of this rivalry. You go back to 1983. India, the ultimate underdogs, pull off one of the greatest upsets in World Cup history against the unstoppable West Indies. But then you have 2016, a memory just burned into the minds of every cricket fan. Right here at Eden Gardens, Carlos Braithwaite, remember the name, hits 4 consecutive sixes in the final over to snatch the T20 World Cup for the West Indies. For them, this ground isn't just a venue. It's the site of a legendary, almost mythical triumph. So to really appreciate the insane weight on India and the West Indies, let's just step back and look at how unforgiving this Super 8 stage really is. I mean, there are absolutely no second chances. The margins between victory and pure heartbreak are razor thin. And you want a perfect example? Just look at what happened to Pakistan. Okay, so in their last Super 8 match, Pakistan put on an absolute clinic. They were on fire. You had centuries from both Saifzada Farhan and Fakhar Zaman, pushing them to this massive total of 212. At the halfway point, you're thinking, wow, they've got a real shot at the semis here. And in the end, Pakistan did secure the victory. Sri Lanka's captain Dasun Shanaka played an absolute blinder, an unbeaten 76. But Pakistan just managed to hold on, winning by only 5 runs. A total nail-biter, a high-scoring classic, but, and this is a big but, here's the twist. Even with the win, Pakistan was knocked out. See, it wasn't enough just to win. They had to win by a huge margin to boost their net run rate. You know, that tricky tiebreaker. They needed to keep Sri Lanka under 147, but Sri Lanka got to 207. So even though they lost the match, they made sure that Pakistan was going down with them. It's just a brutal, brutal lesson in the cold, hard math of tournament cricket. So you can imagine it was a really bittersweet moment. The team's out, but in the middle of all that disappointment, Pakistan's Sahibzada Farhan had a tournament for the ages. He finished with 383 runs. That's a new record for the most runs ever scored in a single T20 World Cup. A massive personal triumph right in a moment of total team despair. Now let's flip over to the other side of the draw, because the pressure is building there too. Just contrast Pakistan's heartbreaking exit with South Africa's journey. These guys are the only undefeated team left in the whole competition. They're like a clinical machine just rolling through with 6 straight wins. And the scary part? They aren't relying on one superstar. Everyone is chipping in. Batters, bowlers. They just look unstoppable. And that, of course, just raises the stakes for everybody else. And all of that brings us right back to Eden Gardens. So, with all that context, this high-pressure, totally unforgiving tournament, how on earth are India and the West Indies planning to win this virtual knockout? Well, let's look at India first. As the host nation, they've really found their rhythm. They're doing the smart thing, alternating left and right-handed batters to mess with the bowling attacks, and their openers are finally providing a solid base. But then, on the other side, you've got the Calypso Kings, a team just loaded with pure power hitters like Hetmeyer and Hope. And here's the thing. They know these conditions inside and out from the IPL. And get this, they've already won twice at Eden Gardens in this very tournament.
And this quote from India's assistant coach Ryan Tindoshe just says it all. We are going to fight fire with fire. I mean, that perfectly captures their whole approach. India's not planning on playing it safe here. They are going to meet the West Indies' aggressive, big-hitting style head-on with their own brand of attack. So yeah, you can definitely expect fireworks.
So, there you have it. All the pieces are on the board. You've got the immense pressure of a home crowd. You've got the baggage of all that dramatic history. And you have two teams both in great form, ready for an absolute all-out war. The big question is, who's got the edge?
Really, it all boils down to this. A spot in the semifinals is on the line. For India, it's a chance to keep their dominant run going, marching towards a championship on home soil. For the West Indies, it's an opportunity to channel that spirit of 2016 and pull off another legendary win at Eden Gardens. And sure, if you look at the head-to-head stats, India has the edge, 19 wins to 10. But we all know, in a knockout game like this, you can pretty much throw the history books out the window.
So it all comes down to this one question. In this do-or-die clash at the historic Eden Gardens, will Indian dominance prevail? Will they hold their nerve in front of that massive home crowd? Or will the ghosts of 2016 rise again, powering the West Indies and their explosive style to another famous victory? I guess we'll just have to wait and see.